Hello and welcome to the review of the Sony 35mm 1.4 G Master. Currently available for just under $1,600. Be sure to test it before if you're not sure after this review. Objektivvermietung.de offers you the right opportunity. You will find the link to this lens in the video description. Let's go through the basics very quick. We test this lens on the Sony a7 III. You can find the sample files in the video description. Moreover, it is really well balanced and weighs just under 520 grams. Included in that package is the lens hood, as well as a pouch for protection. The filter diameter is 67mm. You have the option to switch between manual and autofocus on the side, and for filming you can switch the aperture smoothly with clicks via the aperture ring. The large focus ring offers a very pleasant resistance. If you travel a lot, you don't have to worry about this lens. It is protected against dust and splash water. But it doesn't have an optical image stabilizer in case it shakes. Stabilization is done via the sensor. You don't need to worry about chromatic aberrations. There's currently no automatic correction in Adobe Lightroom, but since the whole thing is not a problem anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's continue with vignetting. At 1.4 you'll definitely see dark edges. The further you stop down, the less you look into a tube. I'd say that about f4 you're done. Of course, you can also use this for your advantage, for example when isolating your models or for detail shots. With lens flares the whole thing looks a bit different. You can see these in any case, even if I have seen much stronger lens flares on other lenses. The autofocus was really fast. I have a camera here that is over 2 years old. The eye autofocus was on and the face tracking anyway. The 1.4 aperture of course also offers a good performance for the dark hours of the day. I also had the impression that the autofocus tracked very well when filming. Only with a direct light source, without many contrast and a small focus field, did the focus pump. Next, let's ask ourselves the deciding question. Who needs such a lens? Well, I would use it for portraits, for details and for filming. But of course I'm also curious about what you would use it for. Below this video there's a lot of space for your creativity. For moving portraits we really have a fast autofocus and always crisp photos, whether we shoot at f1.4 or f2.8. More on that in a moment. Close focus limit is variable. In manual focus you can get up to 25 centimeters and in autofocus up to 27 centimeters to your objects. Ideal for food and lifestyle because you don't have to carry much around. Then for beautiful things from nature, but not for vlogs because too close. We wanted to talk about sharpness again. Well, let's do it now. Anyone who understands the game of ISO, aperture and shutter speeds no longer needs to worry about sharpness in this day and age. By the way, there's a video on my channel about learning photography. Be sure to check this out, it's worth it. Back to the lens. This lens takes sharp pictures, whether at f1.4 or 5.6. The photos are always sharp, as long as you don't move and shoot at a fifth of a second. If these shots don't convince you, I recommend to take a look at these sample files from the video description. If you buy a lens with 11 aperture blades and a 1.4 aperture, you can expect a nice bokeh. That's why I didn't mind putting some nice examples in the video. Have fun with the following shots. So let's come to a conclusion. If you're not convinced yet, you should definitely rent this lens at objektivvermietung.de. Of course, you can find the link in the video description. The sharpness is great. The closest focusing distance is top. The autofocus is fast and precise, and it is even protected against dust and splash water. So what more could you ask for? Sure, maybe a cheaper offer. I have to say, I find $1,600 very steep. But I also think that the price can still correct itself somewhat downward insofar as inflation does not spread to this division. In any case, I'm a big fan of a 35mm 1.4. It fits more than with a 50mm and you're not as far away as with a 24mm. There's also a review about the 24 1.4 G Master on my channel in case one or the other is unsure. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to post a comment below this video. If you want to support my channel, please buy this camera, memory card or the lens via the link in the video description. All the best from Frankfurt am Main, Germany und bis bald. Tschüss!